Alright, so today we'll discuss about the MF tri-paper. Okay, this one is for Negeri Sembilan, and then this one is a paper 2. Alright, so let's have a look on the first question. Alright, the first question over here actually says something like, okay, the first question over here says that the straight line x minus 2y equals to 11 will intersect the curve at 2 points. Find the intersection point. Find the intersection point. Alright, so basically you will need to find 2 points. So this 5 mark actually is a sort of free mark because of what? We know actually this one is just simultaneous equation. So if you know this is simultaneous equation, so you just substitute into each other. So first thing is maybe I make x as a subject because this equation is so easy to make x as a subject. So x basically will equals to 11 plus 2y. I will call this one first equation. And then I have the x squared. I have the x squared plus 2xy and then plus 15 equals 0. I will call this one the second equation. Then I will do what I usually do. I will substitute the first equation into my second equation. Right, so yeah, it basically is very easy. So I will got 11 plus 2y squared plus 11 plus 2y means whatever x over here I have to substitute 11 plus 2y. Right, y plus 15 equals to 0. Then this one actually we will get 121 plus 44y plus y squared plus 22y plus 4y squared plus 15 equals 0. Right, so from here we just solve the y squared first. So y squared and y squared and 4y squared simplified is 5y squared. 22y, 44y is 66y. And 121 and 15, it will be 136 equals to 0. And then we will need to factorize this one. And I guess we will use calculator on this because your number is quite big. So it's just 5, 66, 136. So okay, actually I get decimal. Is there any way I make mistake? Let me see. Alright, so 11 squared, is 11 squared equals to 121? Yeah, it's 121. 22y, 44y plus y squared plus 22y plus 4y squared plus 50. Yeah, it's pretty much no mistake here. Unless I miss out a minus. No, I don't. Because normally for this kind of question we will get, you forget to square the 2. Ah, no wonder. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, this one is not y squared. This one, definitely we know this one is 4y squared. Oops. Just starting this one already hang. Interesting. Let me try out the eraser thing. Yeah, it couldn't work out the eraser. Yes. Let me close and open again. I'm so sorry about that. Yes, let me try to write something and then trying to erase it. Why I cannot erase the thing I draw? Yes, this okay. It's fine. I just draw it carefully. Yes. Okay. Yeah, now it's okay. Yeah, let me just do a quick one. So I will have a pen. This is 121 plus 44y plus 4y squared plus 22y plus 4y squared and then plus 15 equals 0. And then we will solve the 4y squared, and 4y squared is 8y squared. and 22y, 44y is 66y, and 15, and this one should be 135. Equal 136. To make the carry mistake again. Yeah, it should be 136 equal 0. And I hope everything here can divide up by 2. 4y squared plus 33y plus 66 equals to 0. And then we will factorize this one. So we'll have 4, have 33, we have 66. Am I do the... Yes, thanks for that. It's 68. What happens to my brain today? Yeah, thanks for the Chai Kim. 68. Yep, so you will factorize, you will get y plus 4, and the other one you will get 4y plus 17 equals to 0. So you will get y equals to -4 or y equals to -17/4. Then you can find the x easily, just like substitute the y into it. So it will be 2, -4. This one should be 3. This one should be x equals to 11 plus 2, negative that one should be 11/4. Okay, I mean 17/4. Alright, so you should be able to get the nice answer for this one. 11 minus 34/4. 5/2. Yeah, so therefore you have two coordinates. One is 3 and -4. The other one will be 5/2 and -17/4. Is that correct? I mean, is that my answer same with yours? Should be, right? Okay, so if no problem, we move on to number 2. And I just realized I used the number 2 space here. So I'm going to erase all this. Alright, so the curve y equals to x squared plus px plus q have the minimum point. By using the methods of completing a square, find the values of p and q, hence sketch the graph of the curve. So we just need to do complete a square here. So complete a square is very easy. I mean, I do so many times. So x squared plus px plus q. So the first thing is we want to make sure the coefficient of x squared is 1. In this case, it's just 1. So what I will do is I no need to touch x squared. And then px I will just copy. And then this one will be b divided by 2, which is p/2 square minus p/2 square. Yeah, my writing is bad. I mean, p/2 square. And then plus q. And then completing the square tells us the first 3 terms actually we have to combine, becomes something square. The something we will only take both terms with square, which is x plus p/2. And then this one we will get minus p/2 square. Actually we can square it, this one is p squared over 4. I mean, this is p squared over 4 plus q. Alright, so therefore we know we actually can get our x value from the expression inside the bracket. So this one I know negative p/2 equals to 3. So p basically equals to -6. Alright, and then the -4 here actually means the minimum value here. So this is negative p squared over 4 plus q equals to -4. And then we need to solve this one. This is negative 36/4 plus q equals to -4. Q, this is -9. Q equals to 5. I guess we will get 6 and 5. Shouldn't be any problem, right? For this one, 5 and -6. Yep, so if no problem, after we find p and q, they ask us to sketch the graph. So we will need to sketch the graph. So I will need to substitute my value into here. This is x squared, my p is -6, so minus 6x. My q is 5 plus 5. Right, so now I want to sketch the graph. So in order to sketch the graph, We know first we will get minimum, and then something we must find in the graph is we have to find the y-intercept. So the y-intercept we have to make x equals to 0. So when x equals to 0, I substitute 0 here, y equals to 5. Now I can guess my graph. 3, negative 4. So my graph is something like this. I will passing through 3 and negative 4. So, and then the y-intercept basically is 5. So yeah, I will get something like this. Of course, you can make sure you draw it nicely a bit. Yeah, so we'll have the minimum point here. This is 3, this is negative 4, and just now this is 5. This is y, this is x. Alright, then we're done. Alright. So it's very simple. So whenever the question asks you to sketch the curve, sketch the graph of the curve, what you need to do is you always need to make sure you find the y-intercept. How to find y-intercept? Just make x equal to 0 into your equation. Then you can easily know your y-intercept. Alright, so this one shouldn't have any big problem. Alright, if no problem, we'll go into the B. Okay, given that the graph of the quadratic function does not intersect with x-axis. So whenever we see does not intersect with x-axis, something should come into our mind is b squared minus 4ac less than 0. Minus 4ac less than 0. So therefore, from this one, he said does not meet the x-axis. So something I have to understand is on the x-axis itself, the fx equals to 0, isn't it? Because y equals to 0. If this is fx, on the x-axis itself is 0. Then only we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, and 4. Alright, so therefore, when it says does not intersect x-axis, what I will do is I will make the whole equation here equals to 0. And then I take out a, b, and c. Alright, so yeah, so therefore I would say 4k x squared plus, right, this one I can multiply 8 minus 4k x plus k plus 3 equals to 0 because fx becomes 0 on the x-axis. Alright, so I know my a equals to 4k, my b equals to 8 minus 4k, and my c will equals to the one who do not have number. Alright, if you have problem of this part, just let me know. So then we will do b squared minus 4ac less than 0. So b squared 8 minus 4k squared minus 4ac less than 0. Alright, so yeah, so we have to actually solve this one. So this one basically is okay, just solve 64 32 plus minus 64k plus 16k squared. And then this is minus 16k. So we minus 16k squared minus 48k less than 0. And then we will solve this one. K squared and k squared we solve. This one and this one will join together. 64 and 48. So it's negative 112k. And then I'll move the 64 to the other side, is minus 64. Alright, so I will move the negative 112 to the other side. Because I divide negative 112, divide negative value, I have to change the side. So if I change the side, I will get negative 64 over negative 112. So 64 divided by this one, you should get 1 over 2. Isn't it? 64 divided 112. Oh, it's 4 over 7. So k will be bigger than 4 over 7. You just simplify it by yourself. Alright, so is there any problem so far? Okay, if no problem, then we will move on to the next question, which is question number 3. Okay, I guess this one is a bit hard. So I'm going to call it KBAT question. Alright, diagram 3 show the two corridors with the width of 9 meter and 4 meter perpendiculars to each other. Alright, so we'll have 4 and 9 and 4. Alright, so given that the P and Q are two moving point such that PBQ is a straight line. So that means this straight line itself, they will actually move. They will continue move. But they must be in a straight line pattern. So something to do with parallel. So yeah. The length of CP is this one is X. And length of AQ is Y, respectively, means given. Express Y in terms of X. Alright, this question, the difficult part about this question is how to start first. I mean, like, what you should do first. So in order to express Y in terms of X, the first thing come into my mind is I should form one equation. I should form one equation using the information I have. Alright, so in order to form equation, there's many ways you can do. One of the way is you can do the Y equals to mx plus c, or you can form the gradient to form an equation y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 equals to gradient. But then the problem is in this question you do not have all this information. But I found something I have is two similar triangle. One triangle like this and the other similar triangle like this. So basically I see two similar triangle, then maybe I can use the comparing methods for two similar triangle. So let me just sketch it out and I will give you some idea first. Alright, so the length here is x. So for the green one, this one should be x plus 9. Alright, this is x, this is 9. So here is x plus 9. Right, the height for this one is 4. And the height for this one is 4 plus y. Isn't it? Where is the y? Okay, y is from A to Q. Then this is just y. It's not 4 plus. Yeah, you shouldn't plus anything. This is just y. Alright, so yeah. After we have this, so what we will do over here is, yeah, we will do the comparing methods. So in order to do the comparing methods, so I will say this one is equal to this one over this one is equal to this one. Then I will form the equation like this. So I will say maybe, yeah, I can say y over 4 equals to x plus 9 over x. And you might worry if you form the equation the other way around. Okay, you can say something like this. This is y over x plus 9 equals to 4 over x. But then both also actually will give you the same equation. You just imagine if both of these can switch place, because they are equal here, so definitely you can change their place, you'll get back the same thing. So you don't need to worry about how actually you form this equation. But then something very important is you either say this the y is equals to the y or x is equals to the x. That means when you put this one on the top, make sure you put this one on the top. If this one and this one form one fraction, you have to make sure you use the big one and small one form another fraction. Right, I hope I actually give you some idea. Okay, then what I do next is I will cross over multiply, I think. Okay, so basically y equals to 4x plus 36 over x. I guess this is one of my answer. I mean, yeah, it should be one of my answer. So y basically equals to this. Yes, correct. Of course, in the marking scheme, basically, you can see they actually simplified. They use 4x over x plus 36 over x. And then the marking scheme actually say y equals to 4 plus 36 over x. I mean, just simplify. Of course, you can leave like this. I don't think the examiner will mark you wrong. So after you form the equation already, the next thing is they ask you to determine the value of x when this one is minimum. PA plus AQ. PA plus AQ. That means this one is going to be minimum. So whenever I see the word minimum, first thing is I know it's something to do with dy dx equals to 0. Because I say whenever it's minimum or maximum, just differentiate and get 0. So in this case, I will do the dy dx. I mean, since I have this equation, 4 is just giving 0. And this one actually will give you negative 36 over x squared. Alright, so if you don't understand this one basically is 36x power negative 1, isn't it? Power move in front and minus 1, and then you will get this one. And yeah, so if this one equals to 0, I guess something wrong. I mean, yeah, because this one shouldn't be 4xox, Because if I differentiate this one and make it equals to 0, then I will get my x value is basically 0 or infinity. So I guess I miss up something. dy dx. Why have to divide? Because this is ratio? Yes, because they are similar triangle. What? Have you actually learned about similar triangle in SPM math? I think some students do actually learn. If let's say, what do I mean by similar triangle? Okay. Example, if I say this is 5, this is 10, and then I will say this is 2, this is x. And then I say both of these is a totally similar triangle, meaning they have the same angle. Alright, so we know they are similar triangle. So if similar triangle, I can say 10 over 5 equals to x over 2. Then I can find that x easily x equals to 4. Okay, this is how we solve a similar triangle question. So yeah. So you can use this one over this one equals to this one over this one. Okay, anyways, let's come back to this one. If you differentiate 4, it just gives us 0. So do we actually make any mistake here? Because I checked the marking scheme is 1. I should get 1x here, but then I didn't get 1x. Okay. Anyways, okay, give me just one moment. I just want to double confirm. Oh, I see. Hence determines the values of x. When determine the value of x when PA plus AQ equals, oh, I see. Now I understand which part actually I make mistake. So because they want the, they're not asking for y. They're asking for x. Such that PA plus AQ. So let's say I call Z equals to PA plus AQ. So therefore, what is my PA? My PA is just y. Is it? No, my PA is x plus 9. My AQ is y. Y basically is, what's in my y? My y is 4 plus 36 over x. So in this case, I have to differentiate this one because I want to find x, so I make everything in terms of x. Then I differentiate this one, so over here I will get 1, and this one I will get negative 36 over x squared. And because it is minimum, so what I will do is I make it equals 0. And then I will solve this one, so 36 over x squared equals to 1, so x squared equals to 36, and x equals to positive negative 6, but I will only write positive 6 because x is the length. I will never write negative for length. Alright, this is how we find the minimum values of x. Because the question actually say PA plus AQ. Because just now, if I straight away do dy dx, basically I'm finding the minimum value of y only. I'm not finding the minimum value of y in this question. I want to find the minimum value for PA plus AQ. So I will let the z. So in this case, I will let the z become PA plus AQ, and then I do the substitution into it. So far can understand it or not? If yes, then I will move on. If no, then maybe I will explain it again. Alright, I guess you understand? Or no? Alright, so let's move on. If you have a question, you can ask me. Okay, the radius of the spherical balloon is increased at the rate. So that means this one is for radius. Okay, so radius increase at the rate, so I will call this one dr dt. It's 0.5. Of course, you see cm per second, you know cm stands for radius, per second stands for time. So I have r and t here. Calculate the rate of increase in the surface area when r equals to a. Okay, this question is a bit tricky. Now they want dA dt. Because rate, I say whenever you see the word rate, mean the dt is at the denominator. Increase of surface area mean they want something to do with area. So I say dA dt. Alright, so in this case, what I can do is, let's say I want to form the chain rule. Definitely the first thing I do is a chain rule. This is dA, this is dt. And then I'm trying to do something is dr. Okay, dr dt I have already, and then now I want to get dA dr, and then I know about this is sphere. So for sphere, we actually have the area for surface area, area formula, which is 4 pi r square. So I will differentiate this one toward the r is just 8 pi r. So what is my r value? My r will be the r is given is 8 centimeter. So it's 8 pi multiplied 8 is 64 pi. So therefore my dA dr will be 64 pi multiplied 0.5. So the answer should be 32 pi. This one should be quite simple. But sadly to tell you, this is not the answer. Calculate the increased area of the surface area when the radius is. Maybe I can change it into decimal. 32 pi. 32 multiplied pi. Yeah, this is the answer. This is the answer. Because this one is just a very easy question. It's impossible I make mistake for this question. Okay, anyways, anything you want to ask me? No? If no, then I will move on. Okay, let's move on to number 4. The table 4 shows the distribution of number of the question answered by 40 questions in the competition. So I guess this is cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency tells us that the total frequency is 40. Okay, then you need to find the interquartile range. Okay, and then B asks you to find the number of students that answer at least 21 questions. Okay, so in order to find the interquartile range, I will need to find, interquartile range is actually equals to third quarter minus the first quarter. So in order to get the third quarter, I will use the 3/4 multiply my frequency. This one is to find the third quarter. In order to find the first quarter, I will use 1/4. I will use 1/4 multiply my frequency. Okay, so 3/4 multiply 40. 3/4 multiply 40, I will get 30. This one I will actually get 10. So 30 is not your answer. So you have to know where exactly the 34. So so it must be, they must answer less than 30. Why the symbol is look like this one? So find the interquartile range. Because this one is less than 30, less than 25. Show the competition or answer by 40 questions. So if answer less than 30. So if I get 30 means which one is the So inter-quarter range. So I need to find the third quarter, and then I need to find the first quarter. So yeah. Okay. Yes. I guess I understand this one. So the first thing is, I will change this one, less than 5, I will change this one into 1 to 5. And then this one less than 10, I will say this one should be 6 to 10. And I will say this one should be 11 to 15. And then this one should be 16 to 20. Because if I break it R, actually it will make it look better sense. This one should be 26 to 30. Because if you only leave like less than 30, that means less than 30 means everything here is less than 30. So it will make you so confused. That's why I'm so confused just now. Alright, so if you understand this one, so the frequency 30, you should know actually it falls in which quadrant. So the frequency 30 basically is fall into this quadrant. This one is a third quadrant. And frequency Q1 is 10. 10 should be here. This one should be Q1. Alright, so do you understand actually how to see the frequency? Yes, right. The frequency is, this one is for frequency. You are not saying this value, you know. You are not saying number of question. Okay, we are saying about frequency. So frequency, that means 30 should be somewhere here. I mean, because over here is 29 already. So the next one, 30, from 30 to 37, everything fall in this class. Alright, if you understand this one, then we have to use the formula. So let me do the Q1 first. Q1 is in this quadrant, isn't it? So, okay, let me find the value of Q1. So if I want to find the value of Q1, the first thing I will take the lower boundary of Q1, which is 6 minus 0.5 is 5.5, plus 1 over 4 multiply n, which is 40, and then plus cumulative frequency before the frequency. I mean before the class. So this is Q1, right? So before the cumulative frequency is just 2. Divide frequency of itself. Okay, frequency of itself, this one is a bit tricky. If you write 11 here, you will got wrong. Because it is not 11. Because what? You have to find your frequency yourself. So, how to find frequency ourselves? We do the thing minus. So the first thing is, in order to find this one, is 40 minus 37, this is 3. This is 37 minus 29, this is 8. 29 minus 21, this is 8. 21 minus 11, this is 10. So 11 minus 2, this is 9. So the first one is 2. This one is frequency. Because what? This one I need to find the frequency of Q1, which is 9. Multiply the class size. Class size from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Class size is 5. Alright, so you solve this equation, you get the value of Q1. So 12 divided by 9 multiply 5 plus 5.5. Yeah, your Q1 you should get 12.17. Alright, so after you got the Q1, you will do the same thing for Q3. First one, you have to find a lower boundary of Q3, which is 20 plus 21 divided by 2, 20.5. And then plus 3 over 4 multiply total frequency. And then plus the cumulative frequency before the class. Okay, if this is 37 is if the frequency of the class cumulates will be total from here to here, which is 29. Okay, plus 29 divide frequency of my own, which is 8. And then multiply the class size, which is 5. Alright, then I will solve this one definitely. This one is cut. This one is 30. 30 plus 29. Okay, divided by 8, multiply 5. And then plus 20.5. So I will get 50. I will get 50 something. I think I pressed something wrong. Let me just try. Oh, this. Am I remember the formula correctly? No, this is basically is minus, not plus. Oh my god, how can I remember the formula wrongly? This one is basically minus 29. Okay, so yeah, this one is wrong again. So let's calculate. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 divided by 9 multiply 5 plus 5.5. So this is 9.94. Alright, so this one I will do the same thing. 30 minus 29 divided by 8 multiplied by 5. And then plus 20.5. I will get 32.375. In order to find the interquartile range, we use the Q3, 32.375 minus Q1, 9.94. Minus 9.94. Yeah, suppose we do like this, but then the answer actually is not the same with the marking scheme. Either I do something wrong here. Let me just try. This is 10, right? This is 10 minus 2 is 8 divided by 9 multiply 5 plus 5.5. Yeah, this is pretty sure this is correct. Okay, this one is 30 minus 27 minus 29 divide 8 multiply 5. Alright, plus 20.5. Alright, so this one basically, yeah, I got the wrong Q3 I mean. This one is 21.125. So yeah, Q3 minus Q1 minus 9.94. So yeah, this one is the correct answer, 11.185. Wow, this question is a little bit, it's not hard, but then it's a little bit tricky. Alright, so far so good. Or you already like feel very lost? Okay, if no problem, the number of students who answer at least 21 questions. At least 21 questions means I must from 21 to 30. At least 21 means bigger or equals to 21. So the total number of students is 8 plus 3, which is 11. Alright, this one is just 1 mark. I guess they'll give you 4 marks for interquartile range, because you will need to find the Q3 and then you use the third quartile minus the first quartile. This is how we do the interquartile range. Okay, if you no problem, then I will move on. If you have problem, please stop me. How you find the 2910883? Let me see. Oh, how to find this one? 2910883. This one is a frequency. Because what I do is I trying to make the cumulative frequency into the frequency. Okay, so how to find is basically you just use the last term minus the previous term, you get 3. And then use this term minus the previous term, and then you will actually get 8. And then use this term, you keep on minus lah. So you will get all the value here. Why we need to find the frequency? Because of the formula. Like Q3, at the bottom here, you have to write the frequency of the Q3 itself. Alright. Okay, so yeah, let's move on. Number 5, I ask you to sketch the y equals to sine 2x. This one is bonus mark because for me, I think it's very easy. So first thing is I do the exit. Then sine graph, of course I know how the sine graph will look like. It's basically is 2s. Oops. Okay. So yeah, let me just draw it as nice 1. 2. So therefore I will label it, this is pi, this is 2 pi, this is pi, and then this one should be pi over 2, this one should be 3 pi over 2. And then maximum, the maximum and minimum need to be the same, because this one amplitude is 1. When the question write nothing in front, means the amplitude is 1. So the maximum here should be 1, the minimum here should be -1. Alright, done, 3 mark. Okay, hence using the same axis, sketch the suitable graph to find the solution. So basically you have this one. So you know y actually equals to sine 2x only, right? So I have too many things here, so I will simplify this one. So first thing is I will move the 1 to the other side. So it will be x over pi minus 1. And then I will divide 2 for every single one. That means I divide 2 here, I divide 2 here, I divide 2 here. So therefore I will have sine 2x equals to x over 2x, x over 2 pi minus half. Then what I do next is they ask you to sketch the graph. You need to have the y. So your y equals to sine 2x, right? So I can say y equals to x over 2 pi minus half. Then I will sketch the graph. This one I guess is a straight line, x and y. So in order to make it faster, first thing I make x equals to 0, y equals to -half. Then I will say that x equals to 2 pi. So you just imagine 2 pi over 2 pi is 1, 1 minus this one is positive half. So therefore, this one is a straight line because x is power 1. I will plot the coordinate. X 0 and half, and then -0. This is one of the coordinate, right? 0 and half, and then 2 pi should be at the -half. Oops, sorry. This one is negative. Oops. So yeah, let me come back this one. So it should be like this lah. Since it is half, so I will cut it through, and then I will label this equation y equals to x over 2 pi minus half. Alright, so then the question will definitely ask you to find the number of solution. State the number of solution, mean how many intersection point. 1, 2, 3. So it will be 3 number of solution. So far so good. How to sketch a graph. Okay, if no problem, let's move on to the next one. Okay, this is a vector question. Diagram 6. Show a quadrilateral OABC such that OB intersect AD. OB intersect AD at E. Alright, so given that OA ratio CB, OA ratio is 1, CB, where is CB? Okay, CB, the ratio is 3. When it says this ratio thing, something means over here means they are parallel, right? Alright, so yeah, that means they are parallel, and then this one basically is 1 ratio, this 3 ratio. And then OC and OD. OC, O to C is equals to OD. Where is OD? O to D. Okay, so basically OC is ratio 3, OD is ratio 1, so here will be 2D. Alright, so yeah, this one you should be able to understand. It's just a simple ratio. If you just can't understand the ratio, maybe I can teach you one way. Always make the ratio into a fraction, and then you have got 1 here. This is not P, this is D. Alright, this one is D. So yeah, so just now this one is equals to 3 over 1, right? This one will be 3 over 1. Alright, then what I will do next is, yeah, I know basically OC equals to 3 OD. OC is the whole thing equals to 3 of OD. What is OD? OD equal to D, right? So equal to 3D. So you can see I have 1D, 2D, 3D. Right, so, and then you have both of these. So first one, it asks you to show OE. So you need to show OE, O to E. It's very easy. Okay, let me see. Is that easy? O to E. Is it cut into the half? HT plus 1 minus H. Yeah, I guess you want to get OE is from the yeah, it's from this thing, but I'm not sure why they only give 2 mark over here. CB is 2. A is 2, yeah, you're right, CB is 2. Thanks for that. Alright, so yes, because first one asked me to do OE. So since I have OE here, I will try to use the OE information here. So OE equals to, oh, they want the H. They want to have the H over here. So I will use the first equation. I will basically use the first equation. So AE equals to H AD. What is our A to D? Okay, A to D. AD basically equals to A to O plus O to D. Okay, A to O is negative A. O plus D is OD is just D. So yeah, this is AE, but then question asks for OE. So I have to separate this one. Become AO plus OE. So this one, definitely I think I can multiply in. Yeah, I think I can multiply in. This one should be negative HA plus HD. And what is my OE? So AO, I move to the other side, become OA. So basically OE is equals to, okay, OA, right? Move AO, move the other side, OA. So should be OA should be A minus HA plus HD. So I will factorize out the A. This is 1 minus HA plus HD. Then I will write Sean. I'm not sure this one they only give 2 marks. Alright, then the question say find the value of H and K. So if I want to find the value of H and K, what I will do is I will do the substitution later because I already have the OE as a subject here. So yeah, I want to know OB. O to B. Yeah. Is there any way we can get OB? Yeah, we can get OB if you want. I mean OB, for a diagram here, in order to go from O to B, you basically can go this way, isn't it? Alright, you can go this way first, then only go this way. So I can say it's equals to OC plus CB. So OC I have already. OC is just basically is 3D. CB is just 2A. So therefore, this one is OB. Alright, so yeah, it's just like this. So if you have the OB already, you know you can do the OE equals to K OB 3D plus 2A. Alright, and then both is OE and OE. Then what I will do is I will do the comparison. That means I'm going to move the whole equation toward this side. So I can say 1 minus HA plus HD equals to K. I mean I can multiply in 3KD plus 2KA. Alright, so after that, what I will do over here is I will comparing A, and then I will comparing the D with the D. Alright, so yeah, let's do about A first. So the A over here actually tells us 1 minus H actually equals to 2K. So I can say H equals to 1 minus 2K. This is my first equation. And then comparing the D and D. So I can say H equals to 3K. Alright, so if H equals to 3K, I got my H over here, isn't it? So 1 minus 2K equals to 3K. So 5K equals to 1. So K basically equals to 1 over 5. Then I'll do the same thing to find H. H equals to 3K. So 3K is just 3 multiplied 1 over 5, which is 3 over 5. Alright, then the question asks you to do the ratio for DE and EA. DE and EA. No, we will need to do the ratio for this one. The ratio for this one is just DE ratio EA. DE ratio EA. Yeah, is there any hints we can do the ratio DE and EA? D to E, E to A. Yeah, we can't say actually it cut into half definitely, but we can get DA. Do we have this? Oh yeah, yeah. This is so simple. How come I couldn't think that? Yeah, since you want to form a ratio for this one, you just add the lambda by yourself. You can say DE. You can say DE equals to lambda EA because we do not have the ratio, and then we can get the DE equals to lambda EA. Okay, is there a way to get EA? No, I do not want to use this one because I couldn't find it. I will use something I can find from the diagram. I mean, yes, I can find from the diagram itself. So since I want to use the things here, maybe I can use DE equals to lambda, maybe DA. Because I have the DA already. Okay, because if I use the what given here, DE ratio EA, both also I couldn't find DE and EA. Of course I can still solve the equation lah, but then yeah, it will be hard. So in this case, I will say, do we have OE? Yeah, we have OE, right? I believe we do find about OE just now. Yeah, we need to substitute H and K into OE first. Okay, let me do the OE. Because we will need OE. This question is a bit messy. So OE over here. So we have the K. K is what? K is 1 over 5. So K is 1 over 5. I will substitute 1 over 5 here. So 1 over 5, 3D plus 2A. So I can say this is 3 over 5D plus 2 over 5A. Alright, why I want to do OE? Because on the top there, I will actually use OE later. Because if I do this one, I will actually expand it. I mean, DE, I can say this is DO plus OE equals to lambda DA. DA is pretty simple. DA is just negative D plus A. Alright, then I will erase here because I need more space. Alright, then we have DO. The DO basically is opposite, it's just negative D. And we have OE, which is why I find OE just now. Okay, this one. 2 over 5A plus 3 over 5D. 2 over 5A plus 3 over 5D equals to lambda negative D plus A. Right, then of course I will solve the D and D together. So this one will give you 2 over 5A. 2 over 5A and then this one should be A. Yeah, 2 over 5A, and negative 1D plus 3 over 5D is negative 2 over 5D. Alright, equals to, this one is negative lambda D plus lambda A. Yeah, you can comparing the A. So, yeah, if comparing the A, we know lambda actually equals to 2 over 5. If we know lambda equals to 2 over 5, I'm going to substitute back into this equation. So I can say dE equals to 2 over 5 of dA. So if I have the line just now, DEA, you imagine DE is the whole thing the whole thing here is 2 over 5 of the whole DE is 2 over 5 of dA. So that means this is 2, this is 3. Do you see that? If you're able to see this, then you can solve this one. DE ratio EA. So DE ratio EA. So it's 2 ratio 3. That's all. Yeah, there's so messy. I also find it why I'm doing it so messy. But then, can you understand that? Or you want me to actually try to explain this one again? Yeah, because this one, yes, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Let me just explain again about the whole question or about the section B. Okay, let me just erase this. Showing part no need, sir. Okay, so yeah, let's do again about this question. No problem, no problem. So I will just erase everything here and then do again. Yeah, because sometimes this kind of vector question, they're trying to like make it until so complicated. I mean, like so many information over here. And then yes, I guess I will need some space, so please allow me to actually zoom out a little bit. I change this one to 150%. Then I will have more space for me to explain. Alright, so I hope you still be able to see the question. And then I will start to, okay, let's say you can do the first one. Okay, OE equals this one. Okay, then the question asks you to find H and K. You already have the OE here, and you can get the OE on the other equation as well. So what we will do is we want to make both OE as a subject, then we substitute into each other, then we can easily get the value of K. Alright, this one basically is the idea. So definitely over here, yeah, we already have OE in the part. Just assume we already got the OE in the part A. So what we do over here is, since the okay, we start from this equation first. Okay, this equation first. Okay, OE equals to K OB. Okay, O to B, we already got the O to B because this is double, right? This is 2A. Yeah, their ratio is, so OB, O to B basically equals to OC plus CB. Right, this one shouldn't be too hard. So this one equals to K. My OC is just, my O to C is just, what's the ratio already? OC is 3, this is 1. So this is 2D, sorry. Okay, so this is 3D plus 2A. Alright, so yeah, this one shouldn't be any problem, right? So I can just say 2Ka plus 3Kd. Alright, so this is the first OE. Okay, then I do from the second equation here. Okay, so the second equation here, I have AE equals to HAD. Okay, definitely this one we will know AE basically equals to AO plus OE. I want to make OE a subject. Remember what I said just now? Equal to HAD. Then we have to find what is A to D. Okay, AD is very simple. AD is just negative A plus D. Or you can say is AO plus OD. So AO, what is AO? AO here should be negative A because it's opposite direction. OE I will leave as OE. And then H, this is negative A. And then plus OD is just D. And then definitely I want to make OE as a subject. So this one I multiply here, this is negative HA. Okay, the negative A I move here with plus A. Then this one I move to the other, I multiply the D, it's just plus HD. So, okay, this one I think is what I got from the first one. I mean, the first part. So this one is basically negative. I mean, is that negative? Yeah. So I can say this is 1 minus H. Yeah, I can say this is 1 minus H. 1 minus HA plus HD. Okay, so far until now, do you have anything you want to ask before I move on? Can you understand this step first? Because actually I got these two from these two equations over here. Okay, if okay already, now you want to find a H and K, what you do is basically you substitute this equation back into this equation. So mean you substitute OE into the OE. Or you can call this one first equation, second equation, and then you substitute into each other. Alright, so what I will do is, I will do the substitution. So I will say 2Ka plus 3Kd equals to 1 minus HA plus HD. Then what I do next is basically I'm comparing their A and then I'm comparing their D. So here if I comparing A, what I will have is I will have no 2K actually equals to 1 minus H. Okay. Then if I comparing D, what I will have is 3K equals to H. So from here, I know H equals to 3K, isn't it? I substitute into the H here. So this is 1 minus 3K. So I move the 3K to the other side, it's just 5K equals to 1. So K equals to 1 over 5. Alright, then I got this one, I substitute back into here to find H. 3 multiply 1 over 5, I will get H. So H is 3 over 5. Then I solve the part 1. Alright. After I solve the part 1 already, the second part, part 2, they ask you to find a ratio. So they will ask you to find a ratio for this part. So in order to do that, what I will do over here is, definitely you can straight away use DE and EA if you want. I believe you still be able to get the answer. I think yes. Yeah, you can do this. Let's say I want to do DE equals to lambda EA. Okay, DE equals to DO plus OE equals to lambda EA equals to EO plus OA. And because both of here you have so many OE, so I will find out what is OE first because I have the OE over here also. So I will try to substitute my H and K back into this equation, to find what is exactly my OE. So my OE first is 1 minus H, means 1 minus 3 over 5, I will get 2 over 5A. And then this one is H also, so it's plus 3 over 5D. Oh, because I only have H here, so basically I just substitute 3 over 5 into here, I should be able to get my OE. So after I got my OE, I will substitute my OE into here because I want to solve this one. Okay, why I add the lambda is because this is ratio. Ratio, we always need to add the lambda to actually trying to find the lambda. If you can find the lambda, you can find ratio. Alright, so we will substitute. We will need to substitute so many things. So let me see DO. DO is negative D. okay, from here. And then OE, we have the OE. Okay, OE is just plus 2 over 5a plus 3 over 5d. Lambda, we just copy lambda. EO is just negative for this one, negative 2 over 5a minus 3 over 5d because it's EO. Plus OA is just A. Alright, then after we substitute everything already, definitely we will solve. Negative d and 3 over 5d, we get negative 2 over 5d plus 2 over 5a. Okay, equals to lambda. Okay, this one if you solve, a1a minus this one, I get 3 over 5a minus 3 over 5d. Alright, so after we solve already, definitely I can multiply my lambda into both of them. Alright, so therefore I will get negative 2 over 5. This one should be d, sorry. D plus 2 over 5a. And then I multiply already, it's just 3 over 5 lambda a minus 3 over 5 lambda d. So I will comparing either a or I will comparing either d. Let's say I'm comparing a. If I'm comparing a, it means whatever inside the a, isn't it? So I can say 2 over 5 equals to 3 over 5 lambda. So I know my lambda equals to 2 over 3. Okay, if I find out my lambda equals to 2 over 3, I will substitute back into here to get the ratio. So dE equals to 2 over 3 of EA. So I will move the EA to the other side. So dE over EA equals to 2 over 3. Then dE ratio EA is equals to 2 ratio 3. Okay, this is how we get ratio. So far so good? I mean, at least, can you understand on this? Alright, yeah, this question actually takes so much time. Okay, if can understand, I will make this one bigger back. I mean, yeah, back to 200%. Okay, so, yeah, finally we go to section B. Okay, let's break for about 1 minute. I go to get some drinks, and then I will come back in 1 minute. Alright. Alright, so let's continue to the section B. I mean, the next section. Okay, table 7 will show the values of two variables, x and y, obtained by an experiment. So yeah, this is linear law, obviously. So the variable x and y are related by the equation y over p equals to x cubed, where p and q are constant. Alright, so in this kind of questions, the first thing is, you will need to form the equation because they ask you to plot log 10, plot log 10 against log x. Log 10y against log 10x. Alright, so yeah, this is something very crucial. So that's mean this one, they want you to have a graph look like log 10 x or log 10y against log 10x. Alright, so in order to have the graph look like this, so what I will do over here is I will basically solve this equation first. So that means I know I have to add the log 10 for both sides. And then the other side I will add the log 10 also. And then log actually tells us that divide means minus. This is just a simple rule of log. And then power we can move in front. X. Alright, so and then I want to make log 10y as a subject, so I will move the log 10p to the other side, and this one will remain here plus log 10p, and then you can find out this is y, this is m, this is x plus c, so y equals to mx plus c. So after you solve this one already, you can know q basically is your gradient and log 10p is your vertical intercept. Alright, this is something very crucial. And then the question basically asks you to sketch a graph, so basically you need to sketch the graph. But then I don't think I have the graph paper here for me to sketch. Do I have it? No. But of course I can teach you how to do this. So first thing is, of course you will need to find a new value, I mean log 10x and then log 10y. So what you should do is you should use your calculator to do like log 4.17. So you will get something like, leave in 2 decimals should be good, 0.62. And then we'll log 7.24. And then you will get 0.86. And then same thing for y, I will log 1.51. And then I will get 0.18. And then we'll log 2.4. Then I will get 0.38. So you have to log all the value here, and then you have to form your own table. Then you just sketch the graph according to the coordinate you have. So every linear log question, the coordinate must leave 2 decimal point. Yes, if you ask me, I can say I will recommend 2 decimal point. Why? Because in your graph paper itself, you cannot see more than 2 decimal. Of course, this one very depend on your scale. Because your scale here is 2 centimeter represent 0.2 units. I guess 2 decimal should be good. Unless this one equals to 0.02 unit, then maybe you can go to 3 decimal. Because every 2 centimeter basically you have 10 box one. It's very depend on like 10 box. Is it possible you get the 3rd decimal in your graph? Okay, if not possible, I think 2 decimal should be more than enough. Yeah, normally I not recommend by 1 decimal because your graph will be less accurate. Alright, so after that you just plot your graph. So after you plot your graph, you should be able to get a straight line. Yeah, so after you plot the graph, you should be able to get a straight line. So after you get the straight line, okay, let me just randomly plot lah, because I want to see the pattern on the graph. Okay, 0.62 and 0.18. Okay, 0.62, 0.8, blah 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 blah. 0.38, so I guess your graph will look like this. Alright, based on my guessing. This one is totally my guessing. But of course in the exam you cannot guess lah. And then of course you have to plot. You should get all the point is on the line. Alright, so then yes, then yeah, after you draw the best fit, you can find Q easily. Q is basically you will take 2 coordinates on the line and then use the gradient formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Definitely this is not your M, this one is a Q. Alright, it's your gradient. And you want to get the C, I mean the P, you want to find the P, because the question asks you to find P and Q. P is your vertical intercept. So you have to get the value from here. Alright, so let's say this one is just like negative 1.4. Let's say you get negative 1.4 here. So what I will do is I will say log 10p equals to negative 1.4. then P is just 10 power of negative 1.4. Then you use the calculator, you should be able to get the correct answer. Alright, this is the whole basic idea about linear law. So you please try it yourself. If you still cannot do, you can ask me on Facebook. Alright, so I will move on to number 8. Okay, number 8 is basically integration. Alright, so for this integration question, so what you need to do is, it asks you to find the value of P, and is the question give you any information? Okay, it's very easy because P you know is actually is the x-intercept. X-intercept y is equal to 0 forever. This one, just please remember, x-intercept y is equal to 0. Alright, so I will make y equal to 0 for this equation, x cubed minus 8. So x cubed equals to 8, so x equals to 2. So P is equals to 2. I guess it's just 1 or 2 mark over here. Then the question asks you to find the area of the shaded region. So in order to find the area of shaded region, so what I will do is basically I will straight away integrate. I will straight away integrate the curve from 0 to 4. I'm quite surprised this question. Why is this question so, I mean, like, it looks very easy. So let's see, this x cubed minus 8. So therefore, I integrate this is x power 4 over 4 minus 8x, and then 0, 4. And then I substitute the 4 into here. I don't think we need to separate it because it makes a lot of sense to straight away do it. Anyways, let's see. So 4 substituted here is 4 over 4 divide 4 minus 8, 4. So this one simplified is 64 minus 32. The answer is just 32. Yeah, I think it's just 32. However, okay, we let's try to separate to see whether can we get the correct answer or not. Because I worry this one actually give you the negative value. So let's see we separate. Because sometimes you can straight away do, sometimes you can't. Okay, so let's say if P is 2, I do 0 to 2 first. And then x cubed minus 8, and then I plus 2 to 4. X cubed minus 8. So you will get the same thing, like x4 over 4 minus 8x, 2, 0, plus the same thing, x4 over 4 minus 8x, 2, 4. Okay, if I substitute 2 here, it is 16. 16 divided by 4 is 4 minus 16. Yeah, you should separate then. Because if this one will get negative value, means you have to separate. This one basically you will get negative 12. But then negative 12 itself, because this is area, we have to change it to 12. Alright, then for the second one, this one is just substitute a 4 we just did. Substitute a 4, you will get 32. Minus, you substitute the 2 into here, we will get 12. Okay, let me just do. Alright, we substitute a 4 here for the we get 32. Minus, we substitute 2 here. 2 basically, we just substitute 2 here, isn't it? 2 here, actually you get negative 12. So yeah, this one basically will give you 44. So you have to plus 44. Yeah, so the answer is 56. Yeah, we have to do it separately. I'm sorry about the first one. Yeah, the first one is wrong. Because this one basically will give you negative value. So if you give it negative value, because it is area, you have to make it positive. And after you make it positive, then you should be able to get the correct answer. Is the answer 64? But I checked the marking scheme. The marking scheme basically says 56. So maybe you can try to check your working. Maybe which part actually you find it wrong. Okay, so then we go to the part B. Okay, so the curve actually will show, it will show the, okay, y equals to x squared over 3 and x equal to 4 and y equal to k. Okay, everything is in the diagram basically. So the question 1, when the shaded region is rotated 360 about y-axis and the volume is generated is 34.5 pi. If k is less than 5, find the values of k. Okay. Okay, this one is hard. But yeah, let's try to do this one. Okay, so basically they ask you to find when the shaded region is rotated. So what I want you to see over here is, I will rotate the whole rectangle 360 degree on the y-axis, and then I will rotate the curve 360 on the y-axis. And then we'll use the rectangle rotation minus the curve rotation in order to find the shaded region rotation. Okay, this one is something like this. So let's say green color represents the rectangle rotate. After the rectangle rotate already, basically you will get a cylinder. Okay, so the cylinder actually will look like this lah. Okay, the radius of cylinder is 0 to 4, it's 4. The height of the cylinder is from 0 to k, it's just k. Alright, definitely we can get the volume of cylinder easily. We know our volume of cylinder is pi r square h. So in this case, the volume is just pi, my r is 4 square, my h is k. So basically it's 16 pi k. This is the rectangle. Alright, if I rotate my curve, basically I will get a something like this. So actually it's this sort of cone. Yeah, actually you should get a cone or something like hemisphere, but it doesn't matter what the shape will look like. So basically you will get something look like this. So okay, so you should understand the shaded region actually is for this part. Okay, so I need to find the red color one. So red color one is very easy because we learned about integration law. Volume for integration law is just pi I can leave outside. This one is from 0 to k. And then this one, because y-axis, so it should be x squared dy. So I will need to have the equation in terms of x squared. My equation right now is y equals to x squared over 3. So I will make x squared as a subject. So 3y equals to x squared. Now I have x squared already, I substitute in here. So equals to 0 to k, this is 3y dy. Okay, dy means in terms of y, then only I can start to integrate. So I will start to integrate here, I will have 3y squared over 2. And then this one is k0. Definitely I will substitute the k into here, I get 3k squared over 2 minus 0, substitute here, I get 0. So that means the volume for this one should be 3 over 2 pi k squared. Alright, so I want to get the volume of shaded region. I will use this one minus the second one minus this one. Alright, so yeah, so I can say volume of shaded region is equals to 16 pi k minus 3 over 2 pi k squared. Alright, and then the question actually tell you the volume is given. The volume is 34.5 pi. 34 and a half lah, I call it 34.5 pi. Alright, since all have pi, I can divide pi for every single one. And then right now I have to solve this equation. I will multiply 2 for every single one because I do not like 3 over 2. So if I multiply 2, 34.5, basically I will give me 69 here. This one will give me 32k, and then this one will give me 3k squared. And then I'm trying to solve this equation. 3k squared minus 32k plus 69 equals to 0. Yeah, I hope so far it's correct because yeah, the equation doesn't seem normal. 3, negative 32, 69. Yeah, it seems quite okay. Okay, because I have k. I use the calculator to solve. I get my k equals to 3, or my k basically I will get the other answer, which is 7.666667. Since the question actually tell me the k is less than 5, so the second answer I will reject it. I will only take this answer. So that means k should equal to 3, 5 mark. Okay, this question is not very difficult, so you have to understand like how this kind of question work. So yeah, so whenever the area you want to rotate is like do not touch on y-axis, and if you want to rotate y-axis, then you always need to like use the first volume minus second volume. Okay, yeah, because if you integrate the curve, you can only get the volume which is touched on the y-axis. You can only get the volume here. But now the problem is the black color one actually is outside here. So you want to find the volume which is outside here. It's not look like this. It should look like this. Yeah. So basically this is the area you want to, this is the volume you want to find. Yeah, I hope you can understand. So yeah, what's the time now? It's 10 already, but then yeah, we start quite late. So if no problem, we will go to the question number 9. Okay, so number 9 is the circular measure. Okay, for the circular measure here, the diagram 9 shows two semicircle PQR and STU with the center O. It's given that OR equals to 5. O to R is 5, so O to R here is 5. And ST is 5.4, alright, S to T is 5.4, so here is 5.4. Alright, then and arc length PQ, P to Q is 6, so here is 6. Alright, we have both arc length 5.4 and 6. So the question basically asks you to find delta. So definitely we can get delta easily because yeah, let's say I want to find this one. I call it delta 1. I want to find delta 1 because I know the radius is 5, so I know this one basically is 5. Okay, 6 is arc length, so S equals to R theta. Okay, my arc length is 6, my R is 5, so I can get my theta 1 here. So my theta 1 basically is 6 divided by 5 is 1.2, isn't it? 6 divided by 5, you get 1.2. Yeah, so it's 1.2 radian. Okay, let me write theta 1 equals to 1.2 radian. So if theta 1 is 1.2 radian, we want to find theta, the whole one straight line is 180, but then this is radian. We never use 180 in radian. Radian for 180 we call pi. Alright, so I will use pi minus 1.2. So yeah, pi minus 1.2, then I will get is 1.942 radian. Alright, this is how we find theta 3 mark. It's quite simple. Then the question asks you to find the parameter of the shaded region. So now you need to find this parameter plus this parameter and then plus these two parameter, because I mean the length, not the parameter. What am I saying? So okay, so right now we have some problem here, which is we do not know what is the length from O to T. We need to find the length of OT. That's why this is the purpose it gives you 5.4. So we can actually get, I call this one R. We can find R easily because we have the theta 1, which is 1.2. So S equals to R theta. So 5.4 equals to R is do not know, 1.2 is given. So my R is just 5.4 divided by 1.2. So it's just 4.5. So my radius here is 4.5, then I can get this length already. So since I know my R is 4.5, so these two information I don't think I need to use it, so I will just save the space to actually write my R. So here is 4.5. So right now I need to get QR first. So I want to find the arc QR. So for the arc QR is just S equals to R theta. R is just 5. Theta we already have, which is 1.942. Okay, this one I just use the calculator. 5 multiply 1.942. So it's 9.71. Alright, after we done this one, we can find QT and UR easily. They are just 5 minus 4.5 is 0.5. So QT plus UR is just 0.5 multiplied 2, which is 1. Alright, then the last thing I want to find length TU. Okay, TU you will need to use the cosine rule. I hope you remember the cosine rule, which is a squared equals to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. Alright, I will need to use this rule to actually find TU. So I will say TU squared equals to 4.5 squared plus 4.5 squared minus 2 multiply 4.5 and 4.5, so I say 4.5 squared, and then cos the angle 1.942. So when you solve this one, make sure you change your calculator in radian. If not, in degree, you will get the different answer. So yeah, this is just 4.5 square plus 4.5 square minus 2 multiply 4.5 square multiply cos 1.942. Okay, so I will get 55.191. Then I square root answer. I get TU, because square is still here, I need to square root. So it's 7.43. So I can get my parameter easily by sum up all this value. So it's 9.71 plus 1 plus 7.43. Then this one is my parameter. So my parameter should be 10.71 plus 7.43. So it's 18.14. Yep, I hope my answer is correct. Okay, so then what I do next is, I believe I still have C here. The area of the shaded region. Basically, the area of shaded region is quite simple. Okay, so in order to find the area of shaded region, what you need to do over here is you have to use the bigger sector, which is a sector OQL minus the area of triangle. Alright, so for the bigger sector here, we know the radius is 5, and then we know the angle is 1.942. Alright, so it's very easy. You use the area of sector formula, half r squared theta. And then you need to minus the area of triangle. Triangle, you will need to use area equals to half AB sine C. The triangle, we know this is 4.5, 4.5, and then the angle is the same, 1.942. And then you just minus it. Okay, I will write back. Alright, so yeah, this one you just like substitute everything into it, and then you're using the formula only. Alright, so therefore, this area is half, my r is 5 square, theta is 1.942. Alright, so I will minus, this one is half, a is 4.5, b is 4.5, and then sine 1.942. Same thing, this is sine radian. Make sure you calculate it in radian, and then you just do this one. This is 1 over 2 multiply 25 multiply 1.942 minus 1 over 2 multiply 4.5 square multiply sine 1.942. Alright, you should be able to get quite accurate answer. This is 14.8. Maybe leave in 3 decimal. So 14.8, it's fine, 85 centimeters square. Alright, this question should be very easy. I mean, compared to those like complicated question, this one should be good. Alright, so yeah, we still have 10 and 11. And then I think we will continue section C in next classes. Okay, so for question number 10. Okay, straight line AB is perpendicular to the BC at a point B. The point B and point A are on the x-axis and y-axis respectively. Is given that this equation. So first thing is you have to understand what is this equation. This is intercept form. So if you know this is intercept form, first thing is you always need to make sure it equals to positive 1, alright? So this intercept form actually tells us that for the intercept form, it looks like this. Whatever value are below the x-axis basically is the x-intercept. Alright, whatever value below the y-axis means the y-intercept. So in this case, x-intercept is 3. So that means I know here is 3. And this one will be 4. Alright, this is some information we have. And then the question asks you to find the equation of the straight line BC. So since you know this is 3 and 4, which is intercept, you can get the gradient of AB easily by using the intercept. The gradient, one of the gradient formula using intercept one is negative y-intercept over x-intercept. So the gradient is just negative 4 over 3. So since the gradient of AB is negative 4 over 3, you can know the gradient of BC easily because they are perpendicular. If they are perpendicular means the gradient 1 multiply gradient 2 equals to negative 1, isn't it? So this is negative 4 over 3 multiply gradient of BC equals to negative 1. So gradient of BC is just 3 over 4. Right, negative, negative get positive. So after that, what you should do is, after you get the gradient, whenever the question asks for equation, you need two information. First, you will need gradient. Second, you will need a coordinate, a point. Alright, so we have to find a point on the line BC. And then because this is x-intercept is 3, so I know B basically is 3, 0. So I can use the equation formula y minus y1 equals to mx minus x1. So since I know my y is 0, so y minus 0 equals to m 3 over 4 x minus 3. So y basically is 3 over 4x minus 9 over 4. This one is the equation of BC. Okay, it's very simple. This is how we find equation of BC. Then the part B, they say the straight line BC will extended and meet the y-axis at D, such that 2BD equals to 2DB equals to BC. Alright, BC will extended to meet the y-axis on D. So basically you have to imagine this line are extended until he meet the y-axis D here. And then he form this ratio. Let's say this is dB. 2 dB will equals to 1 BC. 1 BC. Alright, so yeah. So of course we can solve this one. So let's say we have 2 dB equals to BC. Normally if I want to find a ratio, I will form fraction first. I will move the dB to the other side. Then I left 2 here. So 2 means 2 over 1. So therefore I know BC ratio dB basically equals to 2 ratio 1. So that means BC will be 2, dB is 1. If you know the ratio, we can easily use the ratio formula to solve this one. So the ratio formula basically is mx1 plus nx2 over m plus n. Okay, comma my1 plus ny2 over m plus n equals to xy. Alright, and then xy is a point on the middle. I mean, not exactly middle, means it's among middle amongst the B and C. Alright, it's not a midpoint. Alright, so this one, so you can see B, C, and D. So the middle one definitely is 3 and 0. Okay, so m and n you should know is 2 ratio 2 and 1 in this case. Alright, so okay, for m we always multiply the further coordinate. Okay, so so we need to find the coordinate, because the question actually asks you to find coordinate C. Coordinate C is unknown, it's x and y, but we can easily get coordinate D because it's y-intercept. Y-intercept, from this equation over here, we know y-intercept is 9 over 4, negative 9 over 4. So coordinate D is 0, negative 9 over 4. Alright, so M have to always multiply the further coordinate. Same thing, N have to always multiply the further coordinate. Alright, that means you cannot use N to multiply X. Alright, so, my M here is 1. So 1 normally I don't write. So 1 multiply X is just X. Alright, and then 2 multiply 0 is just 0. And then 2 plus 1 is just 3. Comma. Okay, M multiply the further Y, which is 1Y. And then 2 multiply the further Y, which is negative 9 over 4. So you will get negative 9 over 2 over 3. Alright, then we just need to solve this equation. Then we can get coordinate C, because X and Y is coordinate C. So that means X equals to X. So I can say X over 3 equals to 3. So X equals to 9. Then Y equals to Y. So I can say Y minus 9 over 2 over 3 equals to 0. Y equals to 9 over 2. Because 3 you move to this side, multiply 0 is just 0. Right, so therefore, coordinate C is 9 and 9 over 2. Right, this is how we get the coordinates. Well, this question is really long. I mean, yeah, longer than what I expect. Then what we do next is we need to find the length of AC. Okay, since you have the coordinate already, you need to find the length of AC. Definitely we need to have the coordinate A. Okay, because the ratio here is, because the A is basically y-intercept and the value here is 4, we know this is 0, 4. So now we have A and C. So A is 0, 4. The question asks you to find the length of AC. Length you have to use the distance formula. x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. Alright, so I just substitute everything here. So AC equals to square root of x minus x, 9 minus 0 square plus y minus y. So which is 9 over 2 minus 4 square. Alright, this one, use calculator, you can easily get the answer. 9 over 2 minus 4. And I square it, I plus 81. And I square it the whole thing. Yeah, my distance should be 9.014. Alright, this one is very easy, 2 mark. And then the next one is say point P moves such that the distance from point C is always 3 units. Okay, always 3 units from C. So C is over here. C is over here. That means your locus P is always 3 units from C. Alright, so the distance here is always 3. The distance here is always 3. So yeah, your P is somewhere here. It's on the dotted line, on the circle dotted line here. So what you don't need to care so much. Whenever you see locus, you just imagine it's just the distance. So what I will do is, I will say P to C is equal to 3. Since I have no P I will assume is xy, and I have my C here. So I just use the distance formula. Square root, same thing, x minus x square plus y minus y square equals to 3. So definitely I will expand this one. This is x squared minus 18x plus 81 plus y squared minus minus 9y plus 81 over 4 equals to, the square root move to the other side becomes square, so you get 9. Alright, so yeah, you just solve this one, make it equal to 0, then you got the final answer. X squared plus y squared minus 18x minus 9y, and then all the number I join together. So 81 minus 9 plus 81 over 4. So yeah, I will get plus 92.25 equals to 0. Yep, this one should be my final answer. Yeah, you can leave like this. Okay. Or if you do not like to have decimal, you can just multiply 4 for whole equation. Yeah, then you should be able to get the answer same with the marking scheme, because the marking scheme just actually multiply 4 for every single one. But then I don't think that one is a necessary. Alright, so is there any question before we go to the last question? Okay, if no question, then we will just go to the question 11. If you have any question, please stop me. Alright, so in a company, 70% of the workers are female. If 10 workers are random chosen, if 10 workers are randomly chosen, calculate the means and variance of the chosen female worker. Okay, so yeah, it's very easy. So first one, I know my n. I mean, I know my total. I know my total here. Total here, I have 10 worker, and P is the probability of getting female is 0.7 because it's 70%. So I know Q is just 0.3. So the question asks me to find a mean. Mean is basically NP. So it's just 10 multiplied 0.7. So it just equals to 7. And the question asks me to find variance. Variance basically equals to MPQ. So that means I will say 10 multiplied 0.7 multiplied 0.3. So it's just like this. Then you will get is 2.1. This is variance. Alright, so then for the second part, find the probability that at least 9 of them are female. At least 9 of them are female. That means if X is the number of female, must be bigger or equals to 9. So that means you have X equals to 9 or X equals to 10. So this one you have to use the formula NCR and then PR Q N minus R formula. This one for X is equals to R. Okay, you have to use this formula. So in this case is N is 10, 10 C9. And my P is 0.7, 0.7, okay, I mean 7, 0.7, and then power of 9, and 0.3, power of 1. And then plus 10C10, 0.7, power of 10, and then 0.3, power of 0. Okay, power of 0 you can just ignore, it become 1, this one just become 1. Alright, then you just use the calculator. You can easily get the correct answer. 10C9 multiply 0.7 power of 9 multiply 0.3 plus 0.7. I mean 0.7 power of 10. Okay, you should get 0.1493. Yup, this is how we get the probability distribution. So when we need to use the probability formula and when we need to use the bell-shaped graph. Alright, in order to use the formula, use this formula, first thing is you will have the P value and you will have the Q value, because both of these one you will not have in the bell-shaped diagram. I mean, in the bell-shaped diagram, they will give you mean and standard deviation, right? But in this case, yeah, if you have the P and Q, you can use this formula. And another reason you want to use the bell-shaped one is when your R actually is like very big, because this one your R is just like between 10. So let's say your N is 100. And then they ask you to find this one bigger or equals to 9. Then you will need to from 9, 10, 11 plus until 100. That one is impossible, right? It's impossible, then you can use the bell-shaped one to do. Alright, I guess the bell-shaped one actually you can use in almost all the conditions, if not mistaken. But then in SPM, what I can say is for corporate distribution, normally for 11, part A, you use this formula. For part B, you will use the bell-shaped one. I mean, I get this pattern from most of the past year question. They actually set like that. I hope I do answer your question. Okay, so for part B, okay, the mass, the body mass a group of students in a particular town have the normal distribution with the mean. So in this case, it gives you the mean is basically 52 and variance. I will normally change to standard deviation 12. Just square root variance. Alright, so if the student is chosen at a random from the town, find the probability that the mass of the student is less than 63. So in this case, let X become the mass of the student. Mass of student. I mean their weight. I guess it's their weight. Their weight. Okay, so what I understand here is the question says the mass is basically is less than 63. So therefore in this case, you might think, can I actually use this formula? If you want to use this formula, you will have some trouble here. First, in this question, do you know your n value? No, the question doesn't tell you anything about n. Do you have anything to do with p? No, you don't have any p. Because p is something like it will happen or it will not happen, it will success or it will fail. Okay, so in this case, both of these also you don't have, so you know you shouldn't use this. So you should use this one, z equals to x minus mean over standard deviation. So what I will do is I will change to the z in order to use the table later. So this is z, so it will be 63 minus mean. My mean is 52, my standard deviation is 12. So then I can get the value 63 minus 52 divided by 12. So it's less than 0.9167. Right, I'm not sure whether that one can find so many decimal. I remember it's like 3 decimal only. Anyway, so like this, you just go to the table. Of course, I will have my own table. You should go to the table and then you should search for the 0.9167. From the table, yeah, this one is the value. Okay, this is something like this. Okay, you cannot straight away find, definitely. Yeah, no wonder I think why so simple. Okay, let's say this is positive, 0.9167 is over here. This is less than. Okay, so in order to find from the table itself, you can find the maximum value in your table is 0.5. But then now this question already more than 0.5 because in this bell-shaped diagram, half is 0.5. Here is 0.5. The other half is another 0.5. So this one definitely more than 0.5. And then I say whenever you need to find a table, you have to make sure it's bigger. So I will change this one because, okay, let's say this line is 0.9167. I can use 1, which is total, minus this part, isn't it, to get this area. So I can say this one equals to 1 minus probability for z bigger than 0.9167. Right, then you can get the area. So 1 minus this one I can find 0.91. Okay, 91, I cannot get 67, so I get 917. 917. Because, yeah, you don't need so many decimal. You just round off. 9, 1, and 7. 7 should be 18. So will be 1814 minus 18. So you should get 0.1796. So you use 1 to minus your answer. 1 to minus 0.1796. So you should get the correct answer, 0.8204. Okay? So after you get this one, In the second part, sir, when we need to use the probability formula, okay, this one you asked already, sir, how to determine where, when to shade the region? Okay, first thing is, okay, let's say we start from here. We have something like z is less than. So let's say I only know this is positive value. So therefore in my bell-shaped diagram, I randomly draw one line on the positive zone because this is 0. Here is negative, and then here is positive. Alright, so in the positive zone, I randomly draw one straight line, and over here I call this line is 0.9167. And then less than means going this direction, isn't it? So I will shade this area from this line to this area. So when the time you already shade more than 0.5, you know you cannot straight away find from the table. So therefore, if you cannot straight away find the table, you have to find a way to solve it. So you know total, the whole bell shape actually equals to 1. So if the whole bell shape minus the green color part, actually you can get the red color part, isn't it? This is the logic. So the whole part I know is 1. So in order to minus the green color part, I have to think, how should I call the green color part here? Because the green color part basically, if this line itself is 0.9167, I will say z is bigger than 0.9167. So that means 1 have to minus this thing, because go this direction, isn't it? Go this way, so it's bigger, 0.9167. Then you should be able to get the correct answer. Because when can you actually find the table? Normally you find a table if z is bigger than a, and a must be positive answer. A must be positive value. Then you can straight away find the table. If you got the things is less than 5 or less than any value, if you see less than, you cannot straight away find the table. If less than a, cannot find. If you have z is bigger than negative a, also cannot straight away find the table. If you have probability for z is less than negative a, this one I said less than negative, together you can change it, become bigger than a, then only you find the table. Okay, this is when we need to find the table and which region we need to find. This one basically you need to understand it in order to know actually which part actually is your shaded region. So normally less than, you just shade this part. This is less than. It's bigger, you just shade this part. This is bigger. I hope I do answer your question. And let me go to the last part. Part 2. It's given that 80% of the students have the mass more than t kg. Find the value of t. Alright, this one shouldn't be too difficult. So I know x is mass, right? So the max is more than t. Is 80%, means 0.8. So basically we need to find the value of t. So same thing, the first thing I do, I change it into a z. So we need to t minus mean over standard deviation equal to 0.8. Alright, in order to solve this one, you need to understand how big is 0.8 in the bell-shaped diagram. And then because of this sign bigger, I know it's going this direction, the graph. I cannot assume the thing is over here, because here, no matter how I go this one, I couldn't get 0.8 because it's already less than 0.5. So 0.8 must be somewhere here, because the whole thing is 1. So 0.8 in going this direction, I guess it's over here. So this is t minus 52 over 12. Alright, and then now you have another problem like just now. It's more than 0.5 already. You cannot find from your table. So what you can do here is you can use this area, isn't it? This area is called what? This area basically is 0.2, right? So let's say the whole thing here, I call it k. So I know probability for z is less than, because going this direction, because this area less than negative k equals to 0.2. I said less and negative together, you can change it become bigger, equals to 0.2. Then 0.2, you know you can easily get a 0.2 from your table itself. So I will find 0.2 from my table. Of course, my table 0.2, basically I will get 0.842. So K is equals to 0.842. Okay, but then this one, I mean in the real case, my K actually have negative, isn't it? Because it's on the negative zone. So therefore, I know T minus 52 over 12 equals to negative 0.842. Then I just need to solve this one to get T. So therefore, multiply 12. So multiply 12 plus 52. So therefore, I will get 42.1. Am I do something wrong here? Okay, let me just press again. Negative 0.842 multiply 12 and plus 52. Yes, so you will get 41.896. Okay, this is how we get the value of T. Yeah, for the Fourier distribution, if you don't have the foundation, it's something like quite hard for you to understand. But if you have the foundation, it shouldn't be too hard. Alright, and yeah, I'm so sorry about the delay of this classroom today. So we will stop here, and then for the section C we will discuss on the next week, and then we will discuss the new paper also. So let me stop the screen recorder.